Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to talk about ageism in software development. All right, so today I want to respond to a comment that came in earlier this week from Bill Seminoff, who said, Eric, here's a topic. Do you think ageism exists in software? I would be interested to know your perspective, having played both sides. Now, first of all, what do you mean having played both sides, Bill? Right? You think I'm old, right? Now, I know the right answer to this because we all watch the news and we know that yes, ageism does exist in software. But I see both sides of it. I see people just coming up, they're young, they're in their early 20s and they don't have the experience and they find it really hard to get a job. And I see people who, they're very seasoned, they're very highly paid, they're working for something like when I was working in investment banks, working with people in their 50s or their 60s, they've been doing the same thing for 20 years and they've been let go and they find it really hard to find a job. Right? And both sides complain about it. There's different things there, but it's something I haven't experienced myself very much. Part of the reason is because I run my own company and I started doing my own things, but I do know that there are different benefits to both sides of things, right? If you hire somebody who's more senior, like much older as a software developer, you can expect to pay a lot more, which is difficult. I mean, especially if it's a startup or something like that. But one of the things that I know when I go for a job, or when I was going for a job in my 40s, I would market myself different than somebody younger would do. Because I talk a lot about the security aspects of it, the safety, you know, like you can't go wrong hiring somebody with experience. I've made all the wrong decisions in the past, all that kind of stuff, right? But if I was younger, I would be talking about how, you know, I came up in the age of internet. You know, I've always been this way. You know, I've been doing it since I was a little kid, all that kind of stuff. So it really is, if you've ever read the book Positioning, you know how a lot of marketing is how you position yourself. It's how you position your app. It's how you position everything. And if you're going for a job interview, sometimes you're advancing years, I should say. You should be talking more about the benefits and the security that you have, you know, the years of experience. I mean, the reality is, let's say you're going for a job in React Native. React Native has only been around for what, 5 years? Has it even been 5 years? So you're not going to say, I have 20 years experience. I've been a software developer for 20 years and it's all been in React Native, because that doesn't really make sense. However, having had that experience, you know what it's like to have different problems with networks, with different systems. You know about working with legacy systems, everything. You're a more well-rounded package, and you're a much safer bet when it comes to hiring you over hiring somebody who's young, who's going to go through and make all the same mistakes you made at an early stage. Problems with error handling, making mistakes, having bugs, and all this kind of stuff. So that's something you could do. I will tell you that when I go for a job interview, and it's been a few years since I have, I mean, it's been about 8 years, something like, since I have, but I would always talk about my experiences in an investment bank. So it's all mostly about experience and less about potential. If you're younger, you're talking about more about potential and what you can do and the latest technologies. So I know, Bill, you asked about my opinion on it. That's my opinion. I haven't really experienced very much with ageism. I know that when people hire me, they're looking for somebody with more experience. They're looking for things to be done right the first time, and I see it as an asset rather than that. But it's also, I mean, one of the things when I see somebody who's been a software developer and they're in their early 60s, late 50s, I do think a lot about, yeah, how skilled are they? Are they actually improving their skills as they go? And are they staying marketable? Because staying marketable is what the game is all about. And you always, in this racket, in technology, you have to be seasoned, you have to be experienced, but you always have to know what's coming. So how's that for a roundabout answer? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Have you experienced ageism in software? And that is it for today. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow.